Welcome to the Big Zo Podcast. I am he is me, episode 18. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody doing good. What's going on? Hope y'all staying warm, man, and, staying safe. And just doing whatever it is y'all have to do to maintain, whether it be mentally, financially, whatever it is. Do what you need to do. So we're going to get right to it, man. I ain't going to waste too much time. So the most talked about thing that's going on last couple of days would be Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. Not even necessarily Michael B. Jordan, but just Lori Harvey and what appears to be her dating life, her love life, if you will. Lot of criticism, a lot of views. We all are aware of the double standard that women face when it comes to dating and anything of the sexual nature. We all know that the double standard. We all know how men are viewed, when they are on the scene or racking up bodies. And we know how women are viewed when they're doing the exact same thing. So here we are. A lot of flack. One of the main cats who spoke on it, most notably, is Lil Boosie, which he's known for being passionate, being raw and unfiltered, and speaking his mind, whatever comes, straight from the heart. He give it to you, straight, no chaser. So he been catching a lot of flack. Some of the comments are hilarious, but because he's been heavy on social media, and we all seen him do certain things that we didn't agree with. A lot of people had an issue with his comments about getting his underage son some head, and amongst other things. We know he has children out there by different baby moms or whatever. So a lot of the backlash that he's getting is basically people saying he has no room to judge or say anything because of, I guess, his lifestyle. I don't know what he do personally, but whatever appears to be going on through social media. Basically saying like he has no room to talk. And I get it, but that's just not true. Like, you can still have an opinion out here. Like, I don't necessarily disagree with him. I think the interesting thing is, I think the issue is that who it's coming from. Because if somebody else said it who came from a more wholesome background, or who wasn't known to be, a certain kind of way, I don't think the issue would have been that big of a deal. But because of who it is, that's where the issue lies. Besides the fact that this young lady is, living her life, to the best of her ability. But it's about I think it's mostly about who it comes from, and furthermore, how it's being conveyed. Because your delivery can be everything. Your tone can be everything when you're trying to get a message across. But my thing is, like, two things could be true. Like, you could be living a certain way and still say some stuff that's true pertaining to a certain subject. Like, if I don't know, if Bill Cosby said, we need to protect all women, that is true. But it's just that we don't want to hear that from him, because he was, handing out pudding pops while women were asleep. So that we don't want to hear from him, but that doesn't mean that what he said is not true. So two things can be true. But my thing is, I don't understand what the big deal is about this young lady. I think she's like 24, between 24 and 26 or whatever. She's really young. But I just think that because it's the celebrity and who she's the guys that she's dealing with, That's why we tend to pay so much attention. Like we give, like I said before, we give these celebrities way too much attention, way too much energy, way too much time. Like that's just kind of weird to me that we focus so much on what these celebrities got going on. I mean, I'm all for, entertainment and all of that, but to get so invested to where you are you're speaking passionately about something, or you're trying to tear somebody down or defend somebody, like it's just kind of weird to me. But that's just me. But because the same thing, what she's doing is no different from what anybody else is doing, man. It's just just like the hood has a community. These celebrities, they have a community. They have a circle. It seemed like, women or dudes are being passed around in the celebrity world. It's because they are. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Just like it's dudes in the hood done bodied the same chick. Or vice versa. They don't the chick done bodied the same dude. It's the same wherever you go on every level. It's just one gets more attention and spotlight drawn to it than the other. Like she ain't doing nothing no different than none of these older celebrities have done. They seem like they dating swiftly, but to us it seems swiftly because we don't see them every day. So whenever we do see them, they appear to have somebody new or different, but we don't see them every day. So it could have been 6 months to a year or whatever before they popped up on the scene with somebody else, but we don't know that. All we know is we see them every few months and they appear to have somebody different, so we rock with it. But here's why I don't have an issue with what Lori Harvey is doing. Because first of all, she's 20 in her 20s, mid 20s. You should have a whole phase at that age. And this is what I mean, because I don't want it to seem like it's a negative connotation being attached to it, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm not calling her a hoe. I'm saying a whole phase. And a whole phase to me is basically you in a certain point of your life where you are basically trying to figure out who you are, what you like, what you don't like, your do's and your don'ts. You're trying to get to know yourself. So this could possibly be a very selfish stage of your life where it's all about you. And there's nothing wrong with that, going through a period of time in your life where it's just about you and your happiness. Now, dating, that's all it is. We have really scribbled the line on the definition of dating. Dating is just basically a trial period. It's two individuals coming together saying, I'm interested in you, and vice versa. Hey, let's date and see what's happening and get to know each other. Let's see what's happening. So you date, you talk, you hang out, you spend time. And after whatever, so much time go by, you can't put a cap on it. So much time go by, hey, you decide whether you want to proceed or you don't. Now, here's the issue. Just because you date someone doesn't mean you have to sleep with them. Now, if you out here dating and racking up bodies, that's on you. But just know, you don't have to sleep with somebody just because you're dating. You're just getting to know each other. There's going to be plenty of time for the physical. But then when you're dating somebody and you do all the extra stuff, you play house during the dating process, and then it don't work out, now you feel like your time is being wasted. And I don't like that, because that doesn't mean that your time was wasted. Yo, we dated. We tried to get to know each other. I opted out, or you opted out, and that's it. No time was wasted. If anything, it was a learning experience. Learn something. Now, Just because you slept with the person does not mean that that's going to get you to the next step. So you choose to rack up bodies, that's on you. Ain't nobody telling you to sleep with everybody that you date. That's your fault that you sleeping with everybody that you date. And now you feel some kind of way when somebody make a comment about somebody dating and sleeping with folk. Now you sensitive because that shoe fits very, very, very snug on your foot. And that's just the reality of it. But going through your whole phase is healthy. You're learning yourself. You're learning yourself. A lot of us don't know don't know who we are. We have an idea. We think we may have a pretty good grasp on, who we are. But a lot of times we don't know ourselves, man. We don't know who we are because we never had a moment to ourselves because we're so caught up in trying to live out this idea of what a relationship is or whatever the case may be. But how many of us has really just sat down and got to know ourselves personally with no outside interference? You just take the time to get to know yourself. Date yourself. Learn how to make you happy first. Because you can't make somebody else happy if you don't know how to make you happy. And furthermore, if I'm not happy with my life, like I don't want to be a cancer to somebody else and rub off on them and spread my toxic or my poison on them and damage what they got going on. Like, it's crazy to me. Learn yourself. And that's what it appears this young lady is doing. She enjoying herself. She going through her whole phase. She dating. That's what she's supposed to do. I don't recommend settling down and getting married all in your 20s and stuff, man. Early 20s. I say early 20s. Because you still learn yourself, man. You still learning. Like, you ain't done nothing. You ain't experienced nothing. You still learning yourself. And hell, you still got older people who still don't know themselves. Well into their 40s, 50s, or whatever. Late 30s. Still don't know themselves. Because we never take the time for self-care. And now that seems to be the big thing to do now. Now we're promoting more self-care, which I love it. Because you can't care for somebody else if you can't care for yourself. If you don't know how to care for yourself. But I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this lady. Get it how you live. Enjoy yourself. You young. You don't have any kids. You rich. Enjoy yourself. She living good, eating good, looking good, getting good. So, hey, enjoy yourself. And then the thing that get me is like we criticize Lori Harvey for how she living her life, right? But then turn around and criticize Russell Wilson for how he living his life. And they both are doing the opposite. She's dating. My man stepped up to the plate. Married Ciara. Appears to be an excellent father, an excellent stepdad, and my man catch flack because he loved his woman and his family. And we quick to call that corny with him. Quick to call him corny because of how he giving it up. But then we'll turn around and look at Lori Harvey and criticize her for how she giving it up. Like, what do you want? What do you want? And then it's like we'll criticize the dude who out here being reckless. But then, like you said, you get a Russell Wilson who's the complete opposite, and we criticize him too. So it's like, what do you want? Internet, what do you want? You want the good, wholesome guy? You want the lavish lifestyle, living bachelor. You want the wholesome girl, little house on the prairie, dressed all covered up, nothing showing, or you want the little sexy little thing, living her life to the best of her ability. Like, what do you want? Can't please everybody, man. So, hey, do what you do. Do what you do. So, I ain't mad at her. I ain't mad at her at all. Get it how you live. Because life is what 2020 showed us. Life is mad short. So get it how you live. And I seen cats calling Michael B. Jordan a simp and all of that because he, appears to be really into her and serious about her. And he doesn't appear to be, taking the page out them other guys' book. Like I don't understand how that makes you a simp. But just a few months ago, when he was on vacation, and a picture surfaced of him with a wherever he was, I'm not sure if it was a white chick, but she wasn't black, and it was like a little picture. They was kind of like kind of embracing a little bit or standing next to each other, just a little close. He called flack for that. Tried to call him a sellout, tried to cancel him because he wasn't with a black woman. My man had to get on social media and explain like, yo, well, I'm vacationing that. Chill, it's just a picture. And while I'm mad, it ain't a lot of black women out here. But then, here he is now, chilling, appears to be happy. Now we criticizing him. So it's like, what do you want? What do you want? But hey, get it how you live, man. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. And the thing is, here's my thing. Going through the whole phase, we tend to judge people or criticize people because a lot of times they're doing things that we wish we had the guts to do or say. And I seen some women, criticizing Lori Harvey too. It just wasn't, chauvinistic dudes. It was some women too. I seen some comments, two of the women doing it. And my thing, y'all mad at this lady because she living how y'all wish y'all can live. It's just your body count, the names and the types of dude on your body count doesn't add up to the cats that's on her list. And it's some envy and it's some jealousy that come along with it. Just like dudes hate too. Dudes hate too. Dudes probably hate the most. But your body count got Larry from Car X. She got B. Jordan, Black Panther, Creed 1 and 2, Have Mercy, Fruitvale Station. You got Deshaun, who stocked the shelves at the grocery store. She got Future, superstar. But hey, you pick and choose you pick and choose your bodies, man. You pick and choose your bodies. But anyway, enough about that. So I want to talk about cause and effect. Cause and effect. I saw this video where this thief, I hate a thief, was trying to steal this package off this man's porch, and the man came outside right in the middle of this man picking up his package with this chopper. You hear me? And he didn't. He spared him. He spared his life. He basically, cussed him out, told him, "Hey man, get off my property, whatever, whatever." And dude took off running. But what was funny, the car that dropped him off to get the package, when the dude came outside with the chopper, my man drove off. So I'm sure my man had to run a couple of blocks to catch up to the car. But anywho, the dude, I saw some comments in the under the video was like, my man should have sprayed him up. And I seen some comments, nah, it wasn't worth that. And here's my thing. You can't tell somebody how to react when you do something to them. Because you don't know how you offended them, you don't know how it made them feel. And you don't know what type of emotional attachment, what type of old feelings that you done drummed up. So you can't. It could have went either way, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I was glad he didn't. I was glad he spared him, because I honestly don't think it was worth it. But at the same time, had he done it, I would have been like, well, what you expect him to do? You're on his property, trying to steal his property. You don't know what was in that box, and you're risking your life. That's what gets me about a thief. Like, clearly you don't care about the person that you're trying to steal from, but you don't care about your life either, because you don't know how that situation can go. But you don't care enough about yourself to say, I don't want to put myself in that type of danger. So you risk it and you do what you do. But had he sprayed him, I couldn't have been mad. I couldn't be mad at that either, because you can't tell somebody how to react and how to feel when you offend them or you try to do harm to them. Like, I can't slap somebody and then they decide to run me over with their car. I'm like, yo, you overdone it. You didn't have to do all that. You overreacted. Nah, I don't know how I offended you. Maybe you come from an abusive background and that was traumatizing for you. So you don't know. You don't know. And so you just have to be careful, man. You have to be careful out here. Like, you can't be out here just being reckless and offending people, because the respect for life is at an all-time low. So it's nothing to take a life these days. Like, they killing people for far less for a wrong look, stepping on a shoe over a woman because you don't want to be with somebody. It's the value of life is at an all. If life was a stock, it'd be worth pennies right now. It'd be penny stocks. It'd be worthless. But my man, if he had to take anything, the attempted thief, if he could take anything away from that moment, he should turn his life around. Because one, you're not good at it, and two, my man spared your life. But hey, you the choices you make determine the outcome of your life. You're not going you keep doing all that stuff. One day you're gonna crap out. You ain't gonna hit sevens on the first roll every time. One day you're gonna crap out. You ain't always gonna hit your point. But I saw that the song, I think it's Meek Mill and Lil Baby. Meek Mill and Lil Baby. Lil Baby song featuring Meek Mill. And he catching some flack, he catching some heat. He dropped a line in he dropped a line in his verse, made a Kobe reference. Not gonna repeat it. You can find it's all over the internet, so it's not hard to find. But he made a Kobe reference, referring to the death of Kobe, and he catching a lot of beef for. A lot of people like, yo, it's too soon, you're out of line, it's insensitive, and all of the above is correct. Like, I heard I listened to it. It's just, and I understand rap is a competitive sport. So you want to say the hardest lines, you want to say the most clever, you want to be the first, like you want to be the first to the punch, like you want to do all that. But just at what cost, man? At what cost? He's a dope enough rapper to where he could have came from another angle, another perspective, or just a whole nother bar. But rap is competitive, so I get it. I understand it. I just feel like you ain't have to go that route. Like, he too dope. He's a lyricist. He could have, he got so much more in the tank to where that he didn't have to deliver that line. And I mean, be honest with you, the line wasn't even it wasn't worth the risk, wasn't worth the reward. Like, that line wasn't even that hard. It was a simple line, honestly, but it's the timing and it's the situation, bro. You can't, especially when somebody is beloved like Kobe was. Like, he was the king of LA. He was the king of LA. Arguably the best Laker ever. Definitely top 5 all time. Period. If you're not in your top 5, then your math is off. But you can't do that. You can't do it. Well, you can do what you want to do. But again, cause and effect. Because you do something, here's the effect from what you've done. And he's receiving a lot of backlash. Now, he did go on he released I think it might have been on Twitter or whatever. He did apologize to Vanessa Bryant privately. Some people say, well, your disrespect, your apology need to be as loud as your disrespect. Well, he don't owe the public anything. And that's what I like about what he did. That he apologized to her privately. He don't owe us anything. Who are we? And it just annoys me when I see celebrities addressing the public about a private matter. But he apologized to her privately, and hopefully she accepted, and no hard feelings, no bad blood. But even if she didn't accept it, you can't blame her. I wouldn't be mad at her. I wouldn't act like I don't understand. I would totally understand why she wouldn't accept it or be okay with it. It's only been a little over a year. Excuse me. But he did his part. He did his part. Now you can't make her be all right or accept it. That ain't your job. But you did your part. You did your part, bro. And so hopefully all is well. All is well. But saw this other video where Cam Newton, football player, quarterback for the New England Patriots, he was at some high school, I believe, with the kids, working with the kids, talking with the kids, and it was a video, it was a little clip where one of the young kids was talking trash to him, being very disrespectful. And I had something to, I'm gonna still say it, but I'm gonna say this first. Later on, the young boy did apologize. He did apologize about his behavior. He got caught up in the moment. He was out of line. He owned it. He owned it. But before the apology came out, because I think the apology came out either the next day or later that day, I saw it. I saw the clip of him trash talking basically to Cam Newton, and it just made me think back to when people are ungrateful to, when celebrities try to give back or reach out or do whatever, and we basically make them regret it or appear to be ungrateful or unappreciative. I was just thinking, like, see, that's why That's why people be having a hard time giving back sometimes, or be hesitant, man, because that's ungrateful and it's disrespectful. Like this man doesn't have to be here. I'm sure he has a million other things he could have been doing than being at that high school with them kids. But he took time out of his busy day, as an opportunity to give back, possibly inspire and encourage and uplift these kids. And you turn around and, basically, the phones is out, try to embarrass him. Try to disrespect his game and do all that, criticize him and all that. Like that ain't the move. Because what your actions is doing is messing it up for the people that's gonna come after, for the kids that are gonna come after you. Because I don't think he's gonna forget that moment. But like I said, my man apologized. He owned up to it. He took responsibility, and also it was a video, a second video of Cam Newton and the guy talking. And Cam Newton just trying to have an honest conversation and ask him some questions and stuff. And Cam was a good sport about it. He it ain't nothing he ain't heard before. He been down this road before. But I was just glad my man, he made it right. He's a kid. I don't have no problem with kids apologizing. I have a problem with adults apologizing, because you meant to do whatever it is you're apologizing for. Like the video of, I don't even know this. I can't think of this lady's name, but Mimi something, like this Asian chick. I think she's a reality star. But anyway, a video was online of her saying nigga, and she is clearly Asian. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And she, social media gonna do their thing. They came for her, they drug her, they did a thing, they accused her of being racist and saying whatever, doing whatever. And she put out a video, like they do, apologizing, trying to apologize. But here's the thing that gets me. You start off on a high note, first of all, you start off wrong. If I offended, let's stop right there, because you did. Let's take if out. Just say I'm sorry for offending, not if I, because if you wasn't sure if you did it or not, then you wouldn't be making this video. But she went on, if I offended anybody, I apologize. It wasn't my intent. And she was like, I guess she thought she was making a good point, or saying some good stuff, because she was like, I stopped using it. I stopped saying the N-word publicly about 5 or 6 years ago. I don't use it publicly. And then she went on to say, now when I'm amongst my friends, because when I'm amongst my friends, do I use it? Yeah, but I don't use it publicly anymore. That's not better. That's not better. It's not even close. How about you don't use it at all? You are not black. Don't use it at all. And then she went on, so the apology, so she starts off humble and, I apologize, I didn't mean to offend, and, I don't use the word and blah, blah, blah. Her tone was all, she had a lot of humility in her tone. And then she cut on her, I like to call, because they think, how they think black women act. So she turned on her black woman swag. Because then she got into, but what we not gonna do is call me a racist. I ain't racist. And then what do people say when they trying to prove that they're not racist? She started running down how many black friends she got. She made the point of letting us know that her kids are black, and that she's done things for the black community. She's done giveaways. She's did charity work for the black community. So I guess that gives her a nigga pass. Let me tell you something. I don't care what you do for the black community, or how many black friends you got, or how many black dudes you done slept with, or how many black children you have. You're not black. It would never be okay for you to use that word. I don't care if you're singing a rap song, you better pause and hesitate on that part. It's never going to be okay. And I get sick of seeing people thinking because they are, they have a circle full of black friends, or, they date black men and women, that they think that is all right, or it's cool. It's never going to be cool. So her apology got lost because she started doing all the neck roll and doing this little, y'all do that little, you pull me towards you. I call that you pulling me towards you when you do all that. And so the apology was basically just null and void. Because all that remorse and humility you was trying to display in the beginning, you got into it, you start running down your list of black credentials. And it still doesn't give you a pass. Like, it would never be okay. And my thing is, shame on the people that's around you that's allowing you to get that off. Your black friends. That's allowing you to get that off. They should check you. Not even just her. Anybody, non-black, they should check you. And she even kind of sneaked this a little bit. She ain't saying any names, but we know who they are. She was like, and make no mistake about it, I'm not the only one. It's a lot of non-black people who say the N-word in their songs and in their everyday life, and they're not black and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, when we get a hold of them, we'll address them too. Right now, we're addressing you. But I'm trying to figure out your circle that's letting you get that off. They should have checked you from day one. See, the thing is, you got comfortable. The first time you probably said it, you looked around to see was anybody gonna react. They didn't react, and you was like, oh, okay, well, okay, nigga, and then nigga, and then with each nigga, you got more comfortable, and now you just say it. But then you dialed it back because you don't say it publicly no more. You just say it in private when you with your niggas. But they should check you. It's never okay. It's never okay. I remember when I was working at the grocery store, it was a little white dude there, and clearly he had his fair share of BET Uncut. He probably was into black women. He grew up around black dudes or whatever because he had that whole Michael Rappaport type thing going on. And I think he even had like the Cutlass. He had the little Cutlass with the rims on it and all that. It had the beats and all of that. And I remember hearing him. He had a friend that worked there with him. The friend was black, and I remember hearing them talk. They were like within earshot. I remember hearing them talk, and whatever they were talking about, my man went. He said nigga. I mean, it flows smooth. Like I had to look over there. It flows smooth. It was just as smooth as good morning. But I looked at his homeboy. He didn't even react. He didn't bat an eye. So I'm sitting there like, all right, okay. So white boy walked off. So I went to his homie and was like, yo, did he say what I think he said? He was like, yeah. I'm like, dang, that didn't bother you? He was like, oh, nah, man. He cool, dog. He cool. He ain't like that. He cool. And I was like, nah, it ain't cool. But then I left it at that. Because at that point, the conversation between me and him was pointless. Because you wasn't offended, you didn't have an issue with it, so I'm not going to waste my breath talking to you or trying to convince you on why you should have an issue with it. But when my man came back to the department, I addressed him. I addressed it. It's like, yo, I said, hey man, did you say nigga? And that was me giving him the opportunity to either stand on it like a man or backtrack. Even if he would have lied to me and backtracked and be like, nah, I would have let it go. Oh, okay, then I heard wrong. Cause then he would have knew I ain't going for it. But yo, he stood on it. He was like, yeah. He was like, but you know, man, I ain't mean it like that. I ain't use it like that. You know, I ain't such and such. I was like, yeah, I know. I say it don't sound like you were trying to be offensive with it. I say, but you can't. I say, but it offended me, and you can't use that word. It made me uncomfortable to hear you say it. Yeah, you didn't say it in a derogatory manner, but the point is, you said it. You can never say it, and I'm asking you to not use that word when I'm around. I can't tell you what to do, and you're private, but when in my presence, that can't fly. And he took it. He took it. 100%. He took it. He apologized, said all right, and he took it. Now, when I walked off, he probably nigga, but he took it. He took it, and that's what you have to do. You can't get too comfortable, man. Like you will never be able to. Y'all, let me tell you, never, never. There's nothing you can do to where that'll be okay. I don't care if you donate to the NAACP, the United Negro Fund. I don't care if you adopt black babies. I don't care if you know every rap song. I don't care. I don't care. You got thugs like tatted on your stomach. I don't care. You would never, ever, ever be able to use that word freely. I don't care how many times you saying Friday. How many times you watch Minister Society, or you know Boys in the Hood forward and back. Can't do it. And it's like and then try to apologize. Like man, I don't even know this young lady's name, but she's on the show. She was on the show Mandalorian, and she got fired because she made a very ignorant comment. She tweeted. She said that the way the Republicans are being treated today is equivalent to the way the Nazis treated the Jews during the Holocaust. I read that and I was blown away. I've never such ignorance. Y'all gotta stop using past traumas and tragedies and catastrophes for y'all little issues going on today. Like the whole issue when we was heavy on the mask and no mask. I mean, wear your mask and you can't go nowhere without your mask and do all that. I've seen so many white people talking about their civil rights are being violated and trying to say this is a form of slavery because they're being controlled and told what to do, and they don't have the freedom to not wear their mask or the freedom to just go get their go to Supercuts, Great Clips, whatever it is. And it's like, yo, man, if y'all don't get out of here with that, trying to compare the move and then trying to use Martin Luther King as a reference. Nah, we're not the same. We're not the same. You cannot compare Republicans being heavily criticized or being treated a certain way to the Jews during the Holocaust. Or are you out of your mind? You smoking. And I want some of it because clearly it's good product. But y'all got to stop that. Y'all got to stop that. Y'all are not going, not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close. And I just saw this LAPD, a lot of the, quite a few of the LAPD officers are under investigation because apparently somebody thought it was a good idea to make a Valentine's Day card with George Floyd on there, who we all know who was murdered by the police. Um, when the dude had his knee on his neck and murdered him. They had George Floyd's face on the Valentine's Day card with the caption, "You take my breath away." And they thought that was just cute and hilarious and humorous, and they just, it was floating around the department till somebody dined them out. So now they're under investigation, which I'm sure nothing is going to happen because the police cannot police the police. You cannot have a group of my best friends in the jury and I'm on trial. So I'm sure nothing is going to happen. It's just a disgusting act. It just shows you the lack of respect that they have for our life and what we're worth to them, which is nothing. Which is nothing. It's just like back when the NYPD murdered Eric Garner, and we all know his last words as he was being murdered was, "I can't breathe." So while people were protesting in his name and trying to get justice and do all of that, what do the NYPD do? They show up to the protest and all of that with shirts made that said, "I can breathe." That just shows you what we were to them, man. To take the time to get them shirts printed up, "I can breathe," and then y'all all wear them to the protest, it just shows you what we are. It just shows you what we are. But a change gonna come. It has to. It has to. It has to. I refuse to believe that it's not. But enough of that. Enough of that. I don't want this to be, excuse me, that type of podcast. Let me scratch this off because I keep looking at it. But so anyway, the other day I don't know why. I don't know if you ever just, think of like random stuff that you just don't understand where it come from. But anyway, I was trying to sing the 12 Days of Christmas. I don't even like that song, but I was trying to sing it. 12 Days of Christmas has been around for decades, and I still don't know all 12 days of Christmas. But I got up to like maybe 5 or 6, and that was it. I had to Google the rest because it just perturbed me. So I had to Google the rest of the days just to see what they were. And I'm like, man, this song been around, and I remember we used to sing it in school. Christmas, we used to sing it in school and stuff. I remember that, but I don't. Up to 5 days, 6 days is what I remember. But ask me if I know how much a 12 play. I know every step. I won't hesitate. I won't skip a beat. I won't stutter. I could do 12 play immediately. But I can't do the 12 Days of Christmas. And I just want to how many people can actually finish the 12 Days of Christmas. But I got a question for my parents. I saw this lady at the grocery store with her daughter. Her daughter was pushing the cart, and her first mistake was letting her daughter push the cart behind her. If you let your child push the cart, you let them be on the side of you, or you let them be in the front of you. Never let your child, who has the attention span of a short attention span, push that cart, because they're going to stop being careful, and at some point it's going to turn into a race car. And this little girl hits the back of her mom's heel with the cart, and nothing makes you forget your child is your child like getting your heel hit with the back of the cart or stepping on one of their toys. Nothing makes you forget the love that you have for your child quicker than those two things. And when I say this lady, she hit her heel with that cart, and when I say this lady turned, like, her backhand went up so fast to turn around to do her thing, but the cart was in her way, so she couldn't get it off like she wanted to. So that cart saved that little girl's life because mama was turning around to put that thing down on her. And I've never seen somebody talk through their teeth so clearly. Pay attention to what you're doing. And it was like a couple of cuss words too. I'm not for cussing the babies out. I don't cuss the babies out. But sometimes you got to let it go. And I was just like, oh, glad that car was in the way because I was worried for the little girl. But what's worse? Stepping on a toy first thing in the morning, you sleepy, you groggy, you ain't peed yet, barefoot, or getting that heel hit with that shopping cart. It's just something about stepping on a Lego. I've stepped on so many Legos within the last 10 years. I throw it in the trash immediately. And then son come looking for it. You see my Lego? It's in the trash. Why would it be in there? Because that's why I threw it. But, so, nothing is worse. Nothing is worse than those two things, man. Nothing will make you forget the love you have for your child quicker than getting that heel hit with a cart or stepping on a toy barefooted. And I saw where this couple was at the movie theater, and this just goes back to my point about people not having value for life. This couple was at the movie theater, and they were talking and being loud. So they were black, and a lady behind them shushed them. Hey, shh. Damn, y'all gonna talk through the whole movie? So the lady of the couple, the woman out the couple, she pulls a gun out of her purse and shoots the lady. Didn't kill her, shot her in the shoulder. She probably was a bad shot, but shot her in the shoulder. Lady lived. The couple was arrested. Brought up on charges. But that's what that just illustrates my point. Like, you in a movie being loud, you being rude, you being inconsiderate, and somebody calls you on it, and you shoot them. That's just like when the couple killed the employee. I forget what store it was, because he told them, "Yeah, I can't be in here without a mask on." And they beat the dude up. One incident was the dude got beat up, and another incident I think they shot and killed. They killed somebody. Somebody got killed because of that. But I changed it. The story that I'm actually referring to, they jumped the dude, they jumped the lady and beat her up because she told them they couldn't be in the store without a mask on. And it was like a Family Dollar. Or something like that. And it was like, what a value of life. Like, you wrong. Those are the rules, because you don't want to follow the rules. Going back to the movie theater incident, because you talking, ruining the movie for everybody else. Somebody tell you, hey, shh. Your next reaction is to shoot them. Not just shut up so people can enjoy the movie. That's your reaction. But the value of life. The value of life. So, I'm gonna take this moment. I'm gonna call it the Black Excellence segment. I just want to take the time to acknowledge that in 2021, yo, black people, we are out the gate on fire in every field. Like I'm seeing so much. I should have wrote this stuff down. I'm seeing like so much black excellence, man, on social media with entrepreneurship, with achievements and accolades, man. Even like just in the entertainment field, even with like the movies. Like, yo, we out the gate with some dope movies. Right out the gate. We getting it cracking. And uh we just doing our thing, man. We doing our thing. We doing our thing. We doing our thing. But I say all of that like we just got a bunch of black excellence, man. We got the young lady, the tennis player. I'm not gonna try to say her last name, but Naomi, who is also, which I thought was hella dope, is the girlfriend of Corday, who's a dope artist who I like. But um, she just recently won one of these tennis tournaments. I think it was a Grand Slam. But anyway, she's amazing. She's amazing. And not to mention, even with our political figures, man, our black women, man, Stacey Abrams, you got Kamala Harris, you got Cori Bush, you got Kim Gardner. Like, yo, like we out here getting busy, getting busy, and we be riding high. And then, something comes along, something comes along, and when you make 10 steps forward, something comes along and take you about 3 or 4 steps back. So the thing I'm referring to is this thing, which is a real thing. It's called buns and hooping. And for those of you with imagination, it's not hard to put two and two together. Buns and hooping, which is basically thick, big booty women playing basketball. Remember a couple years ago with the lingerie football league. That came and went. I don't know what happened to it. I thought that would be around because it was just a bunch of fit, beautiful women playing football in shoulder pads and basically just underwear. So here we have buns and hooping, which is the same thing, just changed the sport. They got on I don't what is it, a leotard? What's the thing that snap in the crotch area? You snap it. They hooping in that, and some J's or some LeBrons or some, I don't know. And I'm sure they're not. I'm not counting the pockets, but every now and then, man, something comes along like that. And here's my thing. Like I said a couple podcasts ago, it's this the man in me was like, oh, word. But the king in me was like, all right, man, that's enough. That's enough. Like, we trying to do something out here. We trying to do something out here. But some dude, that ain't that ain't nothing. But some dude came up with this idea. I paid some chicks a bunch of bands to basically just hoop with their ass out. And it's it's kind of hard to, like, you can't be mad at them for getting whatever it is they're getting. But at the same time, you could be frustrated with the situation. Cause it's like, yo, we don't need that right now. Like, uh we have enough whole shit going on. Like, we don't need that right now. But we you can't escape it. You can't escape it. But it's based in Atlanta, And they had they post they little whenever they got upcoming games or whatever, and that's what they do. But it is what it is. It was actually funny watching because some of them clearly didn't have no business being out there because the hooping skills were horrible. And then someone was actually balling. It was a little 30-second clip. Someone was actually playing ball. And someone was just out there running around because they was thick. But you get those. But you got to scoot those to the side and focus on, moving forward, man. And it's crazy. But I kind of want to double back. I kind of want to double back to something, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone about how hoeing has evolved. It has truly evolved. I think that the the ancestor of hoes, if you will, would be pretty proud of what hoeing has become today. It's almost danger free because you can hoe from the comfort of your home. You don't have to be out here in these streets like Barbara and Deborah and them was. Vanessa. Like they went through that, so you wouldn't have to go through that. So they would be proud, man, because y'all getting that bag. You hoes is getting that bag, and I'm not mad at you. Y'all are getting that bag, and y'all are unapologetic about it, and I ain't mad at you. Y'all only catch flack because y'all are living carefree, and the people who hate on y'all are in the box, and wish they can get out of the box. Or they feel like it's the lifestyle that you are you are currently providing for yourself. It's not really earned, but yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I suggest everybody find that little bit of hoe in them and make it work for them. You just need a little bit. A little bit of hoe go a long way. But it is what it is. I just think that we have to look at ourselves, man. We have to look at ourselves and what we doing. Like, how bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough? Do you want that lifestyle bad enough? Because there's a lot that come with it. But that's just me, man. I'm rambling. I'm hungry. This edible kicking in. But I'm sure it's something that I forgot. But I'm gonna slide on up out of here, man, so I can go eat. Yo, y'all be easy. Hopefully, this is the second time I had to do this because I did it yesterday, and I don't know what happened, but my phone did something janky, and it my footage was lost. So I had the audio, but I'm a fan of the videos when it comes to podcasts. Like I love podcasts with the videos. But I'm gonna get on out of here, man.